Video games are fun. If they aren't, you aren't playing the right ones. There are tons of games, ranging from exploring millions of worlds, fighting dragons, or getting down civilians, gambling, and parkour. All of these games bring something to enjoy, from exploration, to relaxation, to even carnage. Games are made for people's enjoyment and fun. So what if somebody randomly walked up and created the most diabolical, evil, punishing game that has ever existed? It's obvious nobody would play it, since most normal games do not seek out to punish the player overwhelmingly. There's almost no stakes to lose if you die. There's no punishment, and therefore, no reward. But there's a genre of games that have punishment so rage-inducing and gut-wrenching that rewards seem like God sending them down personally.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
roguelike.
This genre is called roguelike because it's based on a game called Rogue, and so, it's a roguelike. If you want to know what roguelikes are, we gotta go to the beginning.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
The game Rogue is released in 1980 and looks ass. But besides that, it was the groundwork for one of the most punishing genres in video game history, roguelike. Rogue had a couple of special mechanics that other roguelikes would use in various degrees. Number 1. Map was randomly generated, otherwise known as procedurally generated. This increased replayability of the game, and one could get more out of what they paid for. A great example of this is Noita, a wizardry game where you go around making wands that either kills the enemy or you. Procedural generation is, in simple terms, man and machine coming together to make a masterpiece. Through the input of already created assets like trees and grass, fed into an algorithm, which simply is a complicated math equation that semi-randomly places these objects on the map, giving the player a somewhat unique experience. Second is permadeath, and it's as simple as it sounds. You die. Permanently. Logically thinking, this gives the player a punishment, so they can improve and learn to get better runs in the future. But personally, that is total bull, and the devs just want to get rich off your suffering. 3 is complexity, in the sense that there has to be an interaction between your choices. Where different skill combinations have unique effects, certain events and decisions unlock or lock you out of certain paths. This gives the player a chance to experiment and mess around without overwhelming punishment. And lastly, number 4. It encourages you to explore the world. For example, the aforementioned skill combination, or unique events, although not limited to that. Other things could be mysteries hidden in the world that encourage us to explore and uncover them. There's also some small ones depending on the dev, like being turn-based, grid-based, hack and slash, or resource management, but these aren't always very important and tend to be the extra additions beside the main ones. Although those were the 4 main requirements to be a roguelike, they're pretty lenient. One could go with 1 or 2 and still be considered a roguelike. Some might complete all 4 and still not be one. It mostly depends on the feel of the game. So the interpretation of what a roguelike is up to you to decide. To finish off, I'm going to list a couple of roguelikes that I have thoroughly enjoyed in my leisure time. Hades. Great game. Great graphics. Interesting characters and dialogue. Great skill combinations and usage. Phenomenal game. The Binding of Isaac. Fun game, very annoying to grind to unlock all items. If you're a perfectionist, or know how to cheat to enable all Steam achievements, have fun playing. Although, pretty disgusting if you look a little deep. Balatro. Just gambling. Just literally gambling. Splunky 1 or 2. Not fun. Don't play. You die from barely anything. Just don't even start. Enter the Gungeon. It's similar to Isaac, but instead of shooting tears, you shoot bullets. And finally, Noita. The game I have the most hours in, after Fortnite. It's a very exploratory game, from wand building, to lore, to boss fighting, to even the mods. And there's a lot more. And so, with great suffering, shall come even greater suffering.